Alright, yo guys, what's up? It's your boy, the Kiki Gangster here coming guys today with another video. In today's video, I really want to talk about whether or not Asians have white boy swag and also white boy status. We'll get into the difference of what those two things are. But first of all, I just want to know how you guys are doing today. I'm going to be talking for the next 30 seconds about random nonsense, and then during that 30 seconds, go ahead and leave a comment on how you guys are doing today. Personally, for me, I'm not doing too good. I think my armpits are on the verge of having a severe infection. They're like pinkish, which is not good. I just really need to take a shower. And I have canker sores on the complete inside bottom of my lip and also the complete inside top of my lip. And so it's not going too good. My dad and my sister traveled to Kentucky without me to go see a Sweet 16 game. And they always travel without me. They don't even like tell me where they're going. They don't even like invite me at all. They don't, they don't involve me in any sort of their conversations. And I always just see on Facebook like them hanging out with each other. But like my dad doesn't really like me. My sister has always been my dad's favorite. I've always just been sort of like a fuck up. And I've been really struggling with the emotions behind that and the roots that has had a grasp on my life, sort of affected my life with. And so I've been really, just being in communication with Jesus with that. I had a really super powerful prayer session last night where, God was like, do this, do this, do this. And God was revealing a lot of stuff to me last night. And so that's really the positive of my life right now is I have Jesus Christ of Nazareth in my life. And I have my mom, and I have a roof over my head, which I'm very lucky to have, and I have a car, and I have my YouTube channel. And I have a job. My job is only like 2 to 3 days per week, and it's only like 15 hours right now, but I have a job. It's very fortunate that I have a job because with my job, I'm able to keep my car, and it sort of keeps me in the ball game. You know what I mean? Like, it keeps me in the ball game of life. It'd be way worse if I did not have those things. But anyways, I hope you guys commented how you guys are feeling during that rant. Now I want to get into the main topic of today's video. Do Asians have white boy swag? Do Asians have white boy swagger? First of all, what gives me the premise of this idea? What puts this thought inside of my head that this is even a possibility? What puts this thought into my head to make this YouTube video? So a few years ago, leftists were basically arguing that Asians had white privilege, and that Asians don't like black people because Asians are actually white and Asians have white status within the United States. And that was like a few years ago that they were saying that, and they stopped making that argument because I think really everybody found that argument to be ridiculous, and leftists sort of eventually caught up with it and dropped that argument. But I've been really looking back on that argument recently, and I think there's actually a lot of good points being made. I'm sorry. The point of this video was to say, do white people have Asian boy swag as well? Because if Asians have white privilege and white status, that it would also kind of infer to the fact that whites would have Asian privilege and Asian status. And is that true? Well, if you look at the majority of Asian countries that go around the globe today, a white American man performs better in those countries than he does in his own countries. And that goes to the exact same for England, Italy, a lot of Western European white countries where the white man is kind of struggling today. If he goes to a place like Korea or Japan or Thailand, all of a sudden in the dating pool you see that he's way, way up. And so I feel like there is rather significant data and evidence that would suggest that white people do privilege from Asian privilege and having Asian boy status. Because when we go to Asian countries, we're higher in the dating pool. We're treated with deep respect in those countries for the most part. I mean, there's some places I would not want to go myself, but also I would just say that China is like a scary place, so I wouldn't want to go to China, but yeah, so we're much higher in the dating pool. And so when you really look at that fact, we, like, obviously white people have Asian boy status because Asian women respect us, and so we had that Asian boy swag, yo. And it's just kind of the fact of life. But if you look at the United States and in Western Europe, do people from those same Asian countries, do they have white boy status? And I would really consider the answer right now, just off the top of my head, to be yes. Asians have white boy status in America. So the reason being for that is Asians are actually big chilling for the most part. And, well, you know, Asians, they would say being chilling. And white people say big chilling. But other races are not really chilling at all. It's really just the whites and the Asians. The whites and the Asians that are sort of big chilling like that. And so when you take that into perspective, it does seem like Asians have a relatively easier time in America and that they have privilege in the past from certified white boy status. So, you combine these whole things, and it's sort of just like this thing where the white boy has the Asian boy status and Asian boy swag, and we can go to these Asian countries and we move up. I'm talking like 5-6 levels in the dating pool for the average American white boy. When they go to Asian countries, it's like bang, 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 bang. They're moving up. They go from like a sub 3 to an 8, to an Asian 8. To an Asian 8 ball, okay? So when we really understand that, like, obviously the white boy has Asian boy status, Asian boy swag. And when we take into account that the Asian boy is big chilling and you know, the Asian man just kind of walks through life. The Asian man, you know, he's just kind of, they're just kind of right along with us. They've always been riding with us, you know? The Asian boys in the United States, I think they have white boy status. So, when we add everything up, this means that every single white boy and every single Asian, and I've been saying boy a lot in this video. By boy, that's sort of like a gender neutral term. I do mean boys for both boys and girl, like certified white boy. You know, you look at girls like Paige Buchers, and she's a certified white boy. Just how it is, certified white boy. So yeah, girls can have certified white boy status as well. It's a very encompassing term. But the white boys and the Asian boys are all Asians. They are all Asians. And I think it's important that we recognize this combining of the races here. It's sort of like Applebee's and IHOP, where they like join together and they make a combination restaurant, or you know, I'm at the Pizza Hut, I'm at the Taco Bell, I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. And it's sort of like that exact same perspective, to where the whites and the Asians have came together and we've made all of our people on this earth. Well, I don't know, because I feel like if a white or an Asian lacks swag, then that lacking of swag sort of prevents them from transferring to the other race. Like a swagless lib shit white boy, is he really an Asian? Can a white, you know, weak white liberal go to Thailand, go to Bangkok and bang some chicks there? You know what I mean? Like a white boy who's deeply involved in politics. I really just think that everybody should have equality. You know, oh man, women's rights. Oh boy, Scoop. You know, is a white boy like that going to go to an Asian country and have certified Asian boy status, Asian boy swag, and bang some hot Asian 8, bag himself an Asian 8? I don't think that transformation is really a possible thing for certain white boys. So it involves needing swag. So what I'm really saying here, when I say white boys and Asian boys, I mean the swagger white boys and the swagger Asian boys have come together and collided to create a new race called the swagger Wasians. So like I am a Wasian now, and you see some Korean dude, and he is also Wasian because we've come to a mutual agreement, and we have given them our white card, and they have given us their Asian card, and we have shaken on it. Yes. Okay, we're shaked. We've shaken on it. And a new race has been developed, the certified swagger Wasians. Some people would call that the superior race. But I personally, and I wouldn't argue that any races are superior to one another. But that's just my thoughts on this whole opinion. And I appreciate you guys for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.